welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking about getting the club face square, right, and adjusting our hand path. So just to dive right in, a problem we see with a lot of people that come through the door is, what do they all talk about? They say, hey, I'm slicing the ball is going way to the right, something of that nature. So what we really want to work on is an understanding of where the club face is in space, and then how our hand path relates to where the golf ball is going. So just to dive in, what I see a lot of people when they first walk in the door, what they do is the first thing we see is the face gets open very, very early in the swing, right? And not only does it get open early, it gets open, right, and then inside, right? When I say open, basically the club face, as it goes back, the toe is up in the sky or even pointed back a little bit. When I say it gets inside, if we think about this line here, does the club to about hip high, does the club stay outside of the line or does it get inside of that line? Generally speaking, if we talk about forearms, they're either going to pronate or they're going to supinate. So to show the camera, they're either going to pronate or they're going to supinate. What we see a lot of people doing is their first move is actually they take the club and they take their right elbow and they just bring their elbow in, right? And what happens when the elbow comes in, if we look at both our hands here and just pull them in, our arms will naturally actually open or supinate, right? So supinate, think of holding soup in your hands, right? So as I pull my arms in, my hands are going to supinate. So what happens is people with the right elbow, as they take the club away, their right elbow comes in and their arm supinates, which causes the face to get open. So the face is now open in this position, we're way inside. Then what most players are going to do, they're going to take it up to the top, and then their hand path, where their hand is traveling, is going to be thrown way out. Right? And then when their hand path gets thrown out, they're going to swing across it, right? And they're going to get a club path that goes way to the left. So it's going to look something like this. They're going to come in, face is going to get open, they're going to go up, and they're going to cut across it. So again, in, open, and across, right? So what we're going to see there, what's great on TrackMan, is we can see my club path went 5 degrees to the left, my swing direction was 7 degrees to the left, right? Which is going to cause that ball to start left and curve back to the right if I had an open club face. So what we want to work on is getting the face shut earlier in the swing. So what I mean by that is, as we take the club back, we're going to talk a lot where the face is pointing on the way back. So we're going to feel like as we take the club back, the club face stays pointing at the ball longer. Or we can think about it if you wear a watch when you golf, or if you have a glove on and the logo on your glove. You're going to feel like as you take it back to about hands at hip high, your watch face would point at the ball longer, or the logo on your glove points at the ball longer. That's going to get the face in a much better position. The next thing we don't want to do is feel like that elbow just pulls in right away. We want to feel like the elbow stays out a little bit longer. We keep that face shut. We're not doing this. And then as we get to the top, right, from there, the face should be in a much better position. So again, just to wrap up, as we take the club away, we want to feel like our watch face points at the ball, right? We want to feel like the club face points at the ball longer. And then from there, as we take the club up to the top, we're going to be in a much better position, almost a closed position at the start. So basically, we want to get the face shut early, right? So when we make contact with the ball, it's going to be pointed left as well. So the next thing that leads us into is going to be the hand path. So hand path is just the path your hands travel. That kind of dictates some of these numbers here. So going back to the prior example of someone that gets inside and open very quickly and up to the top. So once they get up here, they've been told forever, oh, just rotate your hips, right? Rotate and release, rotate and swing. So from up here, what they're going to do, they're just going to spin their hips real hard, and their hands are going to get thrown way out like that, and then they're going to swing across it, right? Or what you've commonly referred to as out to in, right? So what we want to actually do, what I'm going to say is I'm going to ask you to shift closed. What I mean by that, as you get up to the top of the swing, you're going to shift or put more pressure in your left foot. Imagine there's a bug under there and you're going to squash it. So you're going to pressure shift in the left without turning your hips. So you're going to pressure shift left, keep those hips closed, and allow the arms to drop. So what that's going to look like, we have now gotten our takeaway in a better position, so face in a much better position. We get up to the top. Now from here, I'm going to pressure shift into my left, like that, which is going to allow my hands to drop towards my pocket. And then from there, all I'm going to do is turn and swing through it, right? So I don't want you to think from the top, we just need to spin the hips like crazy. I'm actually asking you to delay the hip rotation, something probably opposite of what you've been told. So feel like the club gets shot on the way back, you get up to the top, you're going to pressure shift into your left. The hands are going to naturally drop a little bit, and then from there you're going to turn and rotate and hit it. So this pattern is going to look something a little bit more like this. So now, if we look at the shot we just hit, we now have a club path 8 degrees to the right. I went way out there. And then we also have a swing direction of 5 degrees to the right. So I've essentially shifted my hand path out to the right, and I've shifted the club moving out to the right. If we think about the prior example, I was like 6 degrees to the left or even more. So our biggest goal here is shut the face earlier in the swing, and then get the hand path working more from the inside. You've heard it referred to. So the keys to doing this is we're going to shut the face early in the swing, and then up at the top I actually want you to feel like you pressure shift, squash the bug, closed, allow the hands to drop, and then rotate through. So if you enjoyed watching this video, check out the rest of the videos coming out. I'm going to be going around to some of my good friends and other instructors in the area, and we're just going to be learning along the way together. So stay tuned, check out the links below, check out my website, check out the other videos, check out my social medias, and I do offer lessons on Skillist online if you're not in the area and cannot get in for an in-person lesson.